The path that I chose was also a lie. Just allowing myself to do what I want. This is so fucking difficult. That's enough slices of school for me. Feeling this pressure of being the right girl, doing the right thing. But I just feel that this would be like choosing this stable work over your dream. And I'm scared that this is my fourth attempt for 2 years. Maybe I'm not staying consistent enough. Maybe I have to continue following one of those paths. My ADHD doesn't help me to be straight with my ideas here. And I hope you're enjoying this and subscribing because I'm so cool. So if the time doesn't exist and everything is already destined for us, then why bother with overthinking? Either it is destined for me or not. I quit my dream to be a psychologist. I quit my desire to work 101 because actually, deep in my heart, what I always wanted is to speak for masses. And actually, what I always wanted is to be an artist, to create videos, to tell stories. And this is why I changed my perspective from psychology, first to tarot channel, and second to this channel. And I'm doing this again, and it's fucking scary. For my education, huge amount of money and huge amount of nerves was paid. I'm studying in Canada right now, and I'm a Russian student. I'm an international student, and rates are crazy here. As financial side of this issue is important because obviously I feel guilty. I felt guilty. Maybe I still feel a bit guilty. Feeling that I want to change my path. After being obsessed with psychology for 7 years already, last November, I started to realize that I don't see myself as a counselor and that my ideas about doing YouTube that I had already from 2020, those ideas are what exactly is tempting for me. Those energies is what my soul needs. And yeah, I just want you to imagine how was it learning psychology, studying science all those years, right? And being so academic, while I actually hate academia and I always hated it. And I have huge trauma with school. And I truly believe that current school, institution of the school is like broken thing, especially for people who are neurodivergent as me. However, still, I was in that environment. I learned ways of researching, right? I learned so many different things that considered highly intellectual and highly appreciated in the society. Feeling this pressure of being the right girl, doing the right thing. If I want to help people, I have to learn psychology in high school, and then I have to go for 2 years post-grad. I definitely never, thank you, not in this life. That's enough slices of school for me in this life. I have 2 higher education and I hate school. After doing all those right things, after walking down this path so long, but still not finishing it. Because again, I don't want to go to postgrad to be able to call myself officially a counselor of BC. No, thank you. No, and I'm not going to receive PhD because I'm tired of this shit. This is not my thing. Drastically, suddenly realized after 4 years of commitment, and I was suffering all 4 years. I gained my food addiction here. I gained my thyroid gland problems here. I was literally having emotional breakdown, burnout every semester. I had huge depression, first 3 years being here. After going through all this shit, I realized that I don't see my future in exactly this classical representation of psychology. I want to be a YouTuber. So a year ago, after crying out loud for a week or 2, I accepted the truth that I want to do tarot channel. And I have tarot channel right now. And actually, there was some form of lie in this moment. Now I realize it a year later, because right now I'm in the same spot as I was last November, realizing that the path that I chose was also a lie. second path that I chose was also some form of a lie. It was closer to what I actually want, but still, like, it was self-deception. Because I decided to choose doing tarot channel because I know how to do tarot. I definitely have a talent, Isis Moon. And I thought that doing tarot videos on YouTube could help me overcome my instability as an ADHD person, as a person who don't have enough experience. I thought that doing tarot videos could help me to stay consistent, because basically what you need to do pretty much every week the same thing. Of course, you can be creative, but not that much creative as you need to be with other videos. And so having this schema, I thought that it will help me to actually build something that will start work and that will give me the stable earnings that I could use as a base for my other channels, or I don't know, for my other things, because I'm also a writer. For the past year, I worked so hard on my tarot channel. I did everything that I could. I was pretty consistent. There were few slumps and there were few burnouts, but still I was able to find ways how to come back, and I just continued doing things. And people, of course, were commenting and telling me that I'm doing everything right. Oh, by the way, when I was working as a counselor, I was very successful counselor, at least with those who worked with me. People were very thankful. So this is not the problem that it didn't work out for me, like I was a bad counselor or I was a bad tarot reader. No, quite opposite. This is why it was additional level of pain to refusing from this path, to changing it. And right now I'm in a state where I feel that I have to do those videos. Because 2 years ago, in 2020, it was like this. I opened my eyes one day in the morning and I was like, I need to start YouTube channel. And I started it. This is my fourth attempt for 2 years. And I'm scared that this is my fourth attempt for 2 years. Maybe I'm not staying consistent enough. Maybe I have to continue following one of those paths. Maybe I just have to be more reliable. But then I'm praying and I'm begging universe and goddess to send me her blessings, to show me the path, to support me in my desire to realize myself, my desire to help others, and to be an artist, first of all. I consider myself, first of all, an artist, not a psychologist, not a counselor or tarot reader. It doesn't matter. So if I want to help people change, I'm going to be that change. It would be so hypocrite for me to continue pursuing something that my heart doesn't want to pursue while I'm talking about following your heart on my videos. In my videos, like in my tarot videos here, for example, yes, that's exactly what I believe. Following my heart. I truly believe in this. In my opinion, I cannot not do it. It's just impossible for me. Because I'm a good tarot reader and overall I have a pretty good production, this channel would work. It could give me this stability. It's just, you need to continue working. But I just feel that this would be like choosing this stability, this stable work over your dream, over the unknown. And fuck it. I don't care. I have to do what my heart wants. I have to do those risks for you. Because this channel, more or less, my diary. More or less. I might change the perspective how I'm going to do those videos. I might start to be more cinematic. That's what I want in the end, right? Or I might not. I might continue doing podcast videos. We will see how it will change. But the biggest idea here is that I'm going to tell you about my path and my journey. And I see that people usually benefited from it a lot. Even when I was a counselor, when I would describe a story from my life, I saw how people reacted deeper. They were resonating on much deeper levels than when we were actually doing some exercises. The most profound experience they had with me when I was just telling my story. They were doing their own conclusions. They were comparing themselves to me. That's what I have. I think it's even in my astrological chart, something about being a storyteller. And I know that this is what I have to do, that this is the truth, that this is why I wanted to start my channel. This is what I was dreaming about from the very, very young childhood. Being able to speak freely with people, with many, many people at once. Being able to be authentic, being able to be silly, not perfect, real, wearing bunny ears because I love them. Because I love them. They're so beautiful. Aren't they beautiful? I feel amazing when I wear them. I ordered them exactly because I wanted to show you them on my channel and just allowing myself to do what I want. This is so fucking difficult. I was crying a few hours ago when I had my another session with my therapist. Yes, I was crying because I pity myself and I pity my choices. But you know what helped me? Suddenly, when I said that, to be honest, this tarot channel gave me a lot. I started to speak English. Actually, I'm living here for 4 years, but I started to speak English after I started doing my videos on a regular basis because I was extremely embarrassed by my English. Extremely. I would stamp on every word, and like, even if I had pretty much all my knowledges that I have right now, I didn't have usage of language. So that channel gave me so much. And when I started to think about it as my YouTube school, my entire channel was my YouTube school, my advanced course on learning how to create videos regularly, on learning how to speak on camera and all other different things. Again, I was learning them right while I was doing videos. Then I don't have any grief that I'm not, like, I don't experience resentment anymore, because that was, when you study at school, you pay lots of work to learn something, right? To learn the skill. So if I consider my tarot channel as a study platform, then I don't pity myself for the fact that I'm kind of quitting it. I'm not sure, maybe I will quit it fully and totally. Currently, right now, I feel that I still love cards, and I just bought my new deck, and it's huge, archetype deck, and it's very, very beautiful, and I just bought it. I never use it in any of my readings. So I definitely want to do some readings, but I won't do it the murder. The murder! But I won't do it as I was doing it before, because again, if I want help to change others, I have to be the change. And I am going to work from love and from compassion, and first of all, from comfort towards myself. And I'm going to trust the universe more fully and totally. I actually truly believe that time doesn't exist and that everything is already destined and that we don't have any choices. But I don't transfer my responsibility on this idea. I transfer my anxiety on this idea, meaning that if everything is already decided and we cannot, I saw this card yesterday because I asked him what this part of my life giving to me, and that was really profound because our gem is surrounded by all this shit. And to be able to dig and find it, we have to dive deep. Anyway, my ADHD doesn't help me to be straight with my ideas here. And I hope you're enjoying this and subscribing because I'm so cool. So if the time doesn't exist and everything is already destined for us, then why bother with overthinking? Why be anxious? I have to trust, and I just have to go and try. And either it is destined for me or not. But why I should be so obsessed? If I trust God that they give me the best, always the best, if I really truly trust universe or God or goddess, then I lose any reason to be anxious, because I have to trust that everything that I do is for the better. Even my mistakes. I really want to eat, I guess. I think this is the end of the video. And why I'm not? I didn't turn on my mic. And I don't care. I will not re-film it.